This is Agric today on ARSN Television, Abuja, Nigeria, and I am Khadija Uluwatoyin. Today's episode of the program is going to be focused on the training by Farm Radio International for extension workers, and the ARSN Television is also there in participatory. We also have extension workers from the ARSN main body, and then the training seeing over 20 participants from the 36 states of the Federation. The training is aimed at ensuring that information is properly disseminated to farmers and as well as listeners. Let's see what the training is about. Stay tuned.
Our colleges, tell them we want to follow them to the adopted villages and the adopted school, because I'm an extensionist, and I want to understand that.
You don't have any radio person.
Okay, I understand. They are my people. I want to understand that when you talk on radio, there is that gap. Except you have been there to see, it will be very difficult to communicate on air. I know there is a lot of development of phone-in feedback almost immediately on the radio. But there is no way you can compare it to somebody that actually was there, telling somebody that is not there, and it's like a kind of faceless thing.
Yeah.
I know in Yoruba land, they call radio as Oromagbesi. That has changed.
Yes.
Radio no longer talk without response. There is feedback mechanism, which was not there before. So that feedback mechanism requires that the person on the other side must be knowledgeable. I know in extension we claim to I'm just making that contribution for our people to connect, to have that connection with our research institute and colleges, to go to the adopted village and the adopted schools, so that it is not just what you told me, I told them. What you told me, I saw it happen, and I'm able to communicate better.
Already, to be able to train fellow community members or fellow farmers. So when they listen to our radio program, they're able to explain to their colleagues what they just heard. Most of them have been trained by GIZ, German Institute, German International Development Agency. So they are all planted in those villages, and we have community listening groups. Now, when you talk about demonstration can never ever cover the thousands of farmers that we have on the internet. So radio is what gives you first and foremost information. Then you can ask questions. Then you can send text messages. Then we have the callback toll-free communication IVR system that allows each farmer to, on his own or her own, to get back. That's why Farm Radio will do a holistic job. We don't do just one thing. So if you're talking about those colleges, beautiful, we are looking after, we're going to look for them, but they're going to be overwhelmed because farmers will only overwhelm them. And one extension to 1,000 farmers cannot work. Extensions are overworked. So radio helps. That's why radio is here.
MOUs with virtually every state here. You agree with me, Kano State, right? We've sent that to you. We're waiting for feedback. Crossing Power, we're in the process with you too, and we're expecting feedback. So please, after this meeting, we will send that MOU to you just to formalize. We're already together. We've been together for 3 years. But we want to formalize the next phase, where we develop a 40 weeks program to ensure sustainability. How do we do this? We are expecting to leverage on your network. You already know some input dealers here and there. We want to partner with you. Please help us with the list. Refer us to them. Like Blessing said earlier, we are what we eat. The program itself is not for us, or it's not for the farmers, but for all of us. If the program stops, God forbid, we've gone back to step 0. True of us. That means all the gains we've made thus far will amount to nothing. And I know that is not what we want here. So we want to sustain the program. First, there are 4 major steps we want to take here. First, we want you to sign the MOU. For states we've sent that MOU to already, please, when you go back to your state, help us speed up the process of signing so that we get that formalized. That's the first thing. Secondly, we want to get access to your network. Network of partners, including processors, everybody that makes the value chain of the entire ecosystem very enterprising and functional. Please give us access to them. What do we want from them? We want source of funding. We want them to support with input. We want them to help the farmers. I'll digress a bit and give an example. There was a project we did sometime in August last year, and we had some input dealers give seeds and other items. As small as that would be, it went a long way. When we went to the CLGs and gave this input to farmers who answered questions, the excitement was unbelievable. It gave them a sense of belonging in the project, and they asked for more. And I think this is something we can adopt in the course of sustainability. So for the ADPs, please and please again, we want to leverage on the network. Give us access to these people, tell them to help sponsor or participate in the project, but by all means, let us ensure that the program or project does not end in this phase. Any question, please? That's fine. All right. Thank you. So we've agreed that we'll sign the MOUs, right? So please help us take that message to your PMs or everyone who have the authority to sign letters of such nature. Secondly, we've equally agreed that you help us with your network of partners, right? Yes. That will help us sponsor this program. Now, most importantly, the quality of the radio program, the farm radio quality will not drop. No problems, I'll be wrong. We want to ensure that in the sustainability phase, the quality does not drop. That is very important. So while you sign the MOU, while you allow the network to your to leverage on your network, we equally want to ensure that you retain and even improve on quality. This is part of the process we're having already via this training to know how we do the design document and all that. And finally, the last one, which is very important, is to ensure that we all carry the sustainability message. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Please, as we go back, talk to other people in your network that we need to sustain this project. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay. But I want to tag that with your sustainability intention,
yes.
Agenda.
Yes.
You know, it's just like maybe as a country, having that television and radio station is like we already have our left hand, and this program is coming with the right. So that means complementary. Yeah. So I want to believe there will be no problem of sustainability because of that which is already put in place by the council, because it is Agric television and radio, and it's supposed to have a national coverage. And you know, we also have the opportunity of being in charge, coordinating all the researchers in agriculture in Nigeria and all the colleges of agriculture. So that means, as an extension, I don't want to believe that I have the training or the understanding of a journalist. I'm not a journalist, although I'm a communication expert, a communication specialist in agriculture. And you know, as an extension person, we claim we know everything. Not because we know everything, but because we know the person that knows what you don't know. That is the subject matter specialist. So I think for us, it's like you have your program intact, although we have kind of done it individually, but at this point, it is complementary.
The work in progress already to see how we reach out to. We've sent some letters to the commissioner, like in Ogun and Oyo State, right? Yes. So we will do the same thing too for Plateau. But another thing I want us to know here is we need access to your network of people you know. For instance, you work with other DP dealers too, right? You work with other seed companies and all. a whole lot of you, right? So we need access to, just give us names perhaps, give us names, we will take it from there. Since funding is very important, there are people who have these funds. It's just where to meet and the right message to pass to them. But we are very optimistic.
TV is actually on, like we said, but the radio is here to kick off. And like we said at the meeting with Farm Radio, the radio is supposed to be an online radio, which is not going to cover just Nigeria, but the whole of West Africa. Locally, it's going to be on, like you have your FM, and yes, is. But then for those that are not going to be within reach, we also still have farmers whom, yes, are in the urban areas, but don't really listen to FM radios. That's why we're taking it to the online platform as well. So, yes. So those who cannot connect on the FM and AM level can also go online and connect us with the web.
Another question, is it going to be in different languages?
Of course. It's inclusive. Of course.
I like the question you're asking.
To our respective state, take example of Kano State, we have partners, that is Agric that go to the radio station and purchase in time in the Advert. And we have the radio programs sponsored by our ADP. Only the problem is that the whole of the program manager is the only one that can participate in that program. And he, as my colleague say, it's a time of politics. When you go there, he mentions the achievement, whether it should or not. We that are the farmers, we are not allowed to go to the radio station and broadcast issue like good and economic practices in farmers. So when during our visit to Ms. Germany, we visit them, I try my best over 3 times. They emphasize that I must call the representative of our Yamani University, we go together, but they try to do this and this. So,
Government, for the purpose of those just joining us, I'm sure you're wondering which one is Farm Radio International. Farm Radio International is not a radio station, it's an NGO based in Canada. And what we do is we develop programs that will suit our farmers and their families. We've been working on farm all the time. Well, the owner started as working for farmers, but right now we have moved to other members of the family. We have moved to both the farmer and his family, and it can be on health. The family can have health challenges. It can be on gender. It can be on climate change. Just everything that has to affect the human being we deal with right now as a communication development organization. And what we do is we combine radio and ICT to produce programs, radio programs from now, that are tailor-made for farmers and family, really to the family. And we have other thematic areas we have gone into: agriculture, health, climate change, gender. Right now we are working on something paraveterinary. Paravet is we're trying to alert animal people who do animal farming to seek the attention of, or to get the attention of veterinary doctors, or go to the veterinary, because you can see also already, because we've been paying less attention to animals, you can see what's happening now. What's happening now?
Anthrax.
So we are going into that now. It's called Paravet. It's a project that should start. Then we have another one, unpaid care. Unpaid care is for being able to recognize, appreciate, identify that women do certain jobs, not just women, house givers or house caregivers do certain jobs that you are not even aware of. For example, you wake up in the morning, take your bath, you leave the house, someone cleaned your shoe, someone cooked your meal, someone took care of the kids, whether it's whether the man or the woman is taking care of the kids. Unpaid care, we are not paying for them. We We need to identify this. We need to acknowledge this. We need to celebrate such people, and such jobs need to be paid for. If somebody left Nigeria and they're in Canada right now with his family, and one of the days I was asking him, where are you going? He says he's driving. Do you drive? I didn't even know you can drive. This is someone that, I didn't know you can drive. This is someone that I've never seen him drive, because he has his drivers like 3, and he goes on the convoy. I've never seen him drive. So one day he said, sorry, ma'am, can you call me back? I'm driving. I said, are you talking? So I didn't know you could drive, and one of the days I called again, he was taking care of his children. He said, sit down here. He's feeding, I'm feeding them. So when in Nigeria, you have to appreciate that the person who is helping you to do those things needs serious accolade. People need to be appreciated. So we're doing unpaid care. Unpaid care is there are people who take care of the house, who clean your car, who open your gate. If you are not paid, you are going to suffer. You are going to pay for it. So unpaid care, especially because women are caregivers, women are the ones who take care of the kids, food, and everything. And men, you don't even know that somebody is doing anything. So I don't want to go into that, because men will say, everything is women. So unpaid care, we are doing something. So we are in 6 zones of Nigeria, 13 states in Nigeria for now, 4 value chains of maize, rice, potato, and cassava. And that's why we have the extension agents from all 8 states represented here. So we're working in your open, Kaduna Kano, Nasarawa Benue, Cross Rivers, Plateau. Sorry, I mentioned that fast. For your open, Kaduna Kano, Cross Rivers Benue, Nasarawa Plateau. So that's what we're working for now. We have worked on different projects in different thematic areas. So our work in Nigeria at a glance, potential listeners of 18 million plus listeners. We have 30,000 plus potential interactions that people call our interactive system. This has increased. This is based on last report.
This one is too little. We have over 100.
We have 100. So that's why I said that this is based on last report. 62 radio partners, even the radio partners, we have over 100,000 interactions. So those people who have called our radio programs, we always calculate 62 radio partners. I mean, this is wrong now. We need to update this already. 62 radio partners. Is that what you have?
No.
We have up to 80 something now.
80 something.
Excuse me, when you are talking about 415,000, is it listeners or the partners?
Listeners.
Interaction.
People who have called our.
I understand.
We have the UNISA, we have the radio program live. So now Amma can show you. We have it on this system. All our system have it. All of us from family will have it. People who call from different states, you see it, it's showing. You know that, right? People who call us. So because the call is 24 hours, they can call on Sunday, they can call in the middle of the night, anytime we receive it in our system. So whenever they listen to any radio program, we know from. So I can be in Abuja and ask the person in Kano State. People who call into your side, they are just 100. Why? Something went wrong, because I've seen the calls.
When you say 24 hours, you program?
Yes, it's a system. It's an IVR system, and it's all free. The number is all free, so they don't pay anything. They will call and they need to cut and call them back. Though we pay heavily for that service. We pay heavily for that service, and that's why it's very expensive for us. But the sustainability one, I don't know how this can be done. In fact, that's a major thing for us, because feedback is key.
Yes.
Feedback is key, and that's how we do. That's why it's a bit expensive.
Okay, can I talk on this one? The price is cheaper, yes, than the international one that we're using. So, but it's still in a developing stage. But hopefully, once that is done, the cost of farmers calling in won't be that much. So we are really open and wishing to the network services.
Is working on how we can get it, because the price we are getting from international is very high. So we are hoping that we get the local one, our own in the country. It's also very expensive. So that the system is open for all, plus any call from every part of Nigeria gets into the system. So radio is accessible. We use radio. Why do we use radio? It's accessible, it's affordable, it's available, it's convenient, it's nimble. Nimble, you can always get it. It's everywhere. It can get even to the lowest areas. Not everybody has radio. TV, but everybody has radio, even on the phone. So farmers get access to opportunities to the radio. Okosi has talked about our business development area. So what we do is that we do market linkages to the. I know that through the radio we do market linkages. We reinforce messages. We send messages on. We push out messages in bulk. I think the last messages you sent Ahmad and Michael. How was it done? And to how many?
Okay. It's bulk SMS format. We sent over 5,000 messages.
At once. That's for each state?
Each state we have 1,000 plus. So we sent
for the phone numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do more messaging depending on people who are asking any questions. We have market linkages for them.
And also, we can also send out voice calls to our farmers if you have any information you want to send to them.
Yeah.
Like the last phase of this particular project, we send out farming tips to farmers that call on our radar system. So we do send out those tips to them as well. So it's an audio message where they will listen and give them weekly tips on the activities they are currently undergoing.
Okay. Thank you, Ahmad. So demand generation. So in case you are talking to input people can use this radio to demand, to increase their demand for their products. For example, in plastic, there's one product that came, in fact, UPL made so much money because they were selling Glory. Every time we promoted Glory, fungicide. You know, so we have to stop. We talk to another, and we are talking to another input dealer now. Promote your own. Why are we? Every farmer you ask to say Glory. Why? Demand generation. Because the program is Glory. Glory will help you. So we are promoting one, and then there are so many others. And so we told them, say, we're only promoting Glory because you never came. So talk to input dealers that this is what we do. Demand generation through our radio program. It's possible if you want people to buy more of your product. Dialogue and informed decision making. So that's what we do with the extension. Amplifying the voices of farmers and women, especially we have what we call scaling our voice. So we want women to be heard. So the feedback we get, we always like to hear farmer voices, especially women. We like to hear women resource persons on our radio, facilitating interaction. That's part of it. And technology transfer. So if there's new technology like we're talking about at doctor schools and colleges, or new technology in terms of farming techniques, tractor, chemicals, whatever it is, adoption of new technologies, behavior change. People change their practice. So if we're using local seed before, they said it's a Christian lady, there's one potato they were using in just Christian lady. They still use it in Plateau State, Christian lady. It's still there, but they are using which one now?
We're using
something Ella.
Yes. But Glory, the Christian lady, it came first, and that is why it is more popular than those that came
these other new ones. So, because I know that what we are eating right now is the Irish potato is jelly.
Jelly, there is diamond, there are some of them.
So behavior change. People are now changing from the old variety to the new variety, depending on the particular crop that we're promoting. So I think I've stayed for too long. This is the user, the e-extension. How we make radio and e-extension and more interactive using our interactive user application. So this is just it. It's a system, like I just explained, that people can call. We work with stakeholders and design the radio program. And before you know it, the radio stations are partners, announce poll questions on air, and the farmers will hear, they will call back, give back their messages back, and then send it back to the ADPs to answer, and then send it back again to the farmer and all of that. So it's something that goes round and round. If you don't understand, ask questions again through the radio or through the interactive radio system. Then we take it back again round to the extension people. They answer the questions, answer the farmers during the program, or push out messages to them. So this is the user system how it works. All of this is just explanation. Result from previous projects. Radio enabling green innovation. That's Regis. This is Regis started in 2019, and this is 2023. That's why we're rounding off now. For the past 3 years, we've been on the radio enabling green innovation at scale. That's Regis. This is the Regis 3 now. The first one was Regis. Then we scaled to other states. That's Regis 2. This is Regis 3 now. 6.7 million people have been reached, 80,000 interactions, which is Ahmad is just telling us how more than 80,000 should move into 100,000 interactions. Increase women participation also now. Before now, we're not having many women interact on our radio program, but now you can hear women speak on radio because we are having, because we create channels that will allow women to speak. Then we emphasize on the need for resource persons, women resource persons, men resource persons, women farmers, men farmers. Radio, if you go to our radio stations, we don't have a man as presenter, we have man and woman. Yeah, please?
Yes.
Great, so that's how we do it.
It is indeed a wonderful experience here at the Farm Radio International Training Ground, where correspondents have seen how to prepare their topics that can last them for the quarter of the year. This is aimed at ensuring that topics are on ground for discussion, and of course there's going to be feedback from the farmers who are listening in the said areas. That's how we wrap it up on the program. Thank you for joining us. Join us again same time, same station next week. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin. I'm saying bye for now.